Hi everyone, Jen Oliveira here for All Scraps, and we have our monthly tutorial, and I wanted to show you what we're going to use today in this tutorial, trying to make some supplies. So first, as you can see here, we are going to use the Anna Blends Artsy number 8, Summer Memories from Angie, Artsy Trances Jollification, and a template from designed by Soko, which is the Simply Clean number 4. So very different kind of mix with clean supplies and artistic supplies. So let's get started. So if you're not familiar with the Artsy Trances from Anna Aspenas, she puts in PSD file, and which gives you, a lot of opportunities to play with and modify and do a lot of things. But this is not a tutorial about this, and I'm sure she has some tutorials on her website about how to modify this. But I just wanted to show you how we are going to include these PSD files in the pieces, and not the PSD file, but pieces of the transfers in our layout. So I got started here, and I wanted to show you here what I got started, because I basically just clipped paper. So I got from Angie Summer Memories, some papers, and I clipped on the template here. And if you're new, we do have, I think in the first one I show how you can clip, but basically you put the paper in the positions here that she's very nicely tells you, like, this is the paper. So you choose a paper, put above, and you click Option Alt, and you click the clipping mask, or you can go to Layer, Clipping Mask. And here I'm in Photoshop Elements 15, but in Photoshop, full Photoshop, you can do the same thing. And so I clipped the papers here, and I clipped 2 pictures. I have one more picture here that I want to include. Also, what I went ahead and did was to hide the big title here. Let me just find over here. I hide this, and I'm probably gonna hide this flowers there. I also, what I did, I loaded the Artsy Blends number 8 here. So I have they loaded as a brush. She has in PNG, but I want to use them as a brush. So you have that started. So the main idea here is, that I want this picture here on the background. And we have this blue paper here as the background that I want. So the picture should be above here. Before we do that, let's work on some textures. I want to include some textures here, and I have this here that I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, so I'm going to decide that. So we have this one. I really like this corner one. I will remove some things. So first, let me see. So I just want this main texture here that I like. So what you can do, I have here this one, and I'm just gonna drag here, and we have that there. I'm going to just click and drag. If you have a Wacom like me, you just touch and drag that. I wanted to go on top of the flower paper over here, and let me remove this paper here so you can see better. So there we have some texture. I'm going to reduce here so we can see actually the edges there. There we go. Before I put other textures around here, I really want to first work around my picture. So I'm just going to put my picture here. Went in the place that I wanted, which is nice. For now, I'm going to hide, or maybe I should, this paper here, maybe just this little tiny smaller. We can modify templates. We don't have to use them as they are. I have that there. I don't know if I want that to bleed here. And that's the thing with digital. You can decide these things as you go. I also know now that I want to move my picture. So make sure when you move, I click on my picture, you select Command Control, click, and click on the drop shadow as well. So everything's gonna move together. Okay? So make sure, otherwise it's gonna be out of place. So I used this one, right? So I can close that. Don't save. Now I have this one here that I love. But before that, they're pictured together over here. And we are going to create a, okay, so we are going to create our inverse layer mask. And what I'm going to do, you have here the layer mask in Photoshop Elements. I have a tendency not to go too much on the menu, so I want to show, I want to teach you the command because it's faster. So before you click, you hold the Option Alt key, and then you click on the layer mask, and then you're going to create a black mask which hides everything. And now we're going to do an inverse, right? Because this is an inverse mask, because usually a layer mask shows everything and then you mask around it. But we are doing the opposite, we are doing the reverse. We are going to hide everything, we're going to bring things back that we want. So we are going now to, our mask is black, so we're going to brush in white. We're going to do the reverse option for that. So I loaded here the brushes, some great brushes from Anna, and then we are going to I'm just trying to see which one I want. They are not dynamic, so you just keep brushing them. I like to have priority on my picture. So what I'm doing, I'm just changing size, and you just click, and you can do this with a mouse. And that's the point that I like to work with a mask, because if I go overboard, I don't care. I usually actually brush overboard, because you are using a mask, you have full control. You see, I got a line there, that's no problem. I'm gonna go back to that because I just wanna take a look at my picture first. So I see now that I got the edges, but I see now that maybe I want this bigger. So I'm gonna make him bigger here. There. Okay, so now to, reduce these lines here, we're going to brush again in black. And I really love this one here. I'm gonna do really, really tiny. And we are going to change, and you can just also tap the X key and it changes. Just wanna brush this. I'm gonna X again and bring it back, make it bigger. X to change to black, and let's remove this edge here. And let's remove this edge over here. And white again, just bring a little bit here. I wanted to see better these mountains. And X again to black, and let's remove this here. Okay, so we have our first set there. Now I can go on the background here. I'm gonna click underneath. So now let's check the transfers that we have. So we have this one. I have this one. I really love this one. So I'm just going to click on my layout and just click the whole thing. And Photoshop Elements is going to bring as a PNG the way it is. It's going to flat that for you. But again, you can fully customize that with your PSD file. So because it has this round here, I can just use around the mask. So I'm just extending that as part of my mask here. Okay, you have this one staying here. I think I'm gonna change the color according to the picture here. So let's grab up a color from the picture. You can see the hat here, he has a little green, and I want to bring some different color. There's a lot of blue here. So now I can just go to edit, fill layer, preserve transparency, this is important, and just change to green. Look at how nice it is now. And there's another stain here. Well, I think I'm gonna leave white because there's not a lot of white. So let's try, let me just close this. I don't need this picture anymore. So this one, as you can see, it has this, let me show from here. It has this pointed edge. So I'm now extending my mask this way. Okay. And we can, you know, I can make this text stronger. I think I'll put this text actually over here. So let's bring over here. As you can see, which is fun, extending here his neck actually. Okay, so we took care of the edges here. It's looking nice. I just think it needs some more blending over here. Have my layout. And if you are in full Photoshop, what you can do, usually what I do with this kind of PSD files, I create a group and I just move the group, and the group is totally editable, so you can, just like a PSD, so you just move everything and you still change colors and do everything that you want. Again, there's many ways to do this. You can certainly transfer everything in layers to Photoshop Elements. I just want to do something simple here for you if you use Photoshop Elements and if you're a beginner. I don't want to get overwhelmed, excuse me. So, okay, so I have this here behind, you can see. Let me make it smaller. I'm gonna rotate because what I'm looking for is this extra texture here. So now we can see we have a little bit of better going around. Again, I am a very artistic, artsy scrapbooker, and I'm trying to show you from a simple template, which is from a clean scrapper, which is designed by Soko and Angie, which are also very, very clean scrappers. You can create this. But if you want to reduce this that I did here and just remove, there's too much paint for you, that is totally fine. You can just go ahead, just brush a little color, just grab a little bit of the texture and go for it. I just want to show you how you can, and this is the goal of this monthly tutorials, how can you extend and do some more artsy work and extend and use our simple scrappers together, because I actually, you know, use a lot of the simple scrap, especially elements, in my layouts. So also combining color and pattern papers. So this is really important. I actually don't use pattern paper a lot. I don't like pattern paper as a whole, but I like pattern paper like this. Hints of pattern paper. If you love full blown away pattern paper, go for it, and maybe you hint of paints with solid color. Okay, so I just want you to think about many ways that you can use this. Absolutely, you don't have to do anything that I'm doing the way I'm doing. It's just, this is a guide for you. Our scraps, we want you to learn the tools and learn what you can do with it so you can move forward. Because again, everybody's creative if we have the right tools for it. Okay, now that I went off on a tangent here, let's continue this and finish this. So I'm getting a good design-wise vibe. So design-wise, what we have here, we have this triangle here. We have also a flow line that way. Okay, let me just go down. So we have design-wise, we have this flow here. Okay, we have that way. We also have this triangle here. Okay, so things are concise. My eyes goes to me, to him, to them together. All right, so hope that helps you also. Artsy scrapping can break rules, but If you use design rules, they are always really, really helpful for you, okay? All right, so it's very good, guys. It's going a good pace here for me. So I think that's all with the transfers. So I'm gonna get into the brushes here, and I just want a little bit better hint of color. And let me grab another different one to give some more diversity here. So let's pick here. It's always also good to pick colors from your pictures. Everything goes together. Okay, so it's, you know, I'm the only one with black and white shirt. They are all blues, the boys here. But I want some, maybe the sea color here is a little deeper blue. He has a little bit of orange here. There we go. I got this orange. So let's just break up that color a little bit. Underneath all this artsy transfers. So I'm going to start a new layer here. And here, maybe a little bit there. Oh, that was too much. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce the opacity a little bit because I want it to be softer. You could use a blend mode. I don't think blend mode is going to work for me here. I don't want the color to change. I want the same color, just not so out there to compete with the other colors. So just a hint of orange, maybe one over here, so it looks kind of watercolor vibe. All right, so we are in good pace here. So let's start here building the elements. So I wanted to show you here that she has this element transparent kind of card here, square. And if we clip to the mask for the paper, it would look like a cardstock with something on top. I don't want that. What I want is to look like a vellum, you know, like when you have vellum. So I want that. I want just something that it is a paper, but not as thick as a paper. So I'm just going to change it here and do kind of the same square that she had, rectangle actually. So what we're going to have here is just do like a drop shadow that is really soft, because this is kind of a, as I said, vellum or kind of a washi tape. So let's go here to styles. And let's get here the Photoshop drop shadows. This is the drop shadows from Photoshop Elements. So I'm just gonna add the soft one here. It is stronger for a vellum. So we are going to double click here on the FX. So first I'm going to change this color here, which is very dark, to a very, very soft gray. So this is the number here that I'm using. No, let's see. Yeah. So A8A3A3. All right. And just gonna reduce my distance and increase my size. So it's just a hint of shadow because the paper is transparent. It's just to show that there is something there. That is not a paper, it's actually thinner than a paper. So I'm happy with that. So let's grab some more elements here. Okay guys, so this is what I end up with. I just put, you know, I don't use a lot of elements, like 3D elements, so you, by now I think you guys know that, but feel free to use. And other elements, I think I'm going to put this on top of my picture here. So I just put some leaves, and I shadowed the sticker that she has and this, and I'm going to write my journaling. And the way I'm going to finish this is we're going to create, as always, a blog post. And if you're watching this in the blog post, down there I'm going to list everything. And we also have other layouts from the CT at all scrap. So you can see the different styles because they do an amazing job doing things, you know, in different styles than me, which I love it. So you guys can see. And I would love if you could put in the comments your layouts and take on this tutorial. If you did a layout with this tutorial, please leave a comment in the blog with the gallery link so we can check it out, and I would love to see and comment. So I thank you guys, and sorry that this month we got the tutorial a little late, but hopefully next month is gonna be not so at the end of the month, and I appreciate it. And always, if you have questions and if you'd like suggestions what to teach, let us know. We will be glad to help you out. Thank you.